the scolding. He turned his head to look at Xiaohu and scolded him angrily. "You've got some nerve, you little rascal. If I don't hit you for 3 days, you'll start tearing the roof down, and you even dare to threaten others." He looked left and right, as if looking for something. Xiaohu awkwardly shrank back, pleading, "There are outsiders here." I chimed in at the right time. "Sir," he mentioned using his belt, "spare the rod, spoil the child. If his son is disobedient, a few beatings will set him straight." As if enlightened, Xi Zhan held out his hand towards Xiaohu. Xiaohu gave me a resentful look. He didn't expect this kid to hold such a grudge. He silently unbuckled the belt from his waist and handed it to Xi Zhan. His belt was made of genuine leather, very flexible. It whistled as it cut through the air. "Sir, let me put some disinfectant on the belt for you. It wouldn't be good if we hurt our son while hitting him. But you're from a military family, so you absolutely cannot spoil your children and let them develop the habit of bullying others with their power. We're in a hospital. These are the best doctors in Jiangcheng. You just need to leave him with one breath, and we can save him," I said with glee. Xi Zhan nodded. The belt whistled through the air, lashing across Xiaohu's back again and again. Xiaohu gritted his teeth, not making a single sound. At this moment, his gratitude towards me had vanished into thin air, leaving only a heart full of resentment. This kid has such a black heart. "Dad, you haven't fully recovered yet. Don't tire yourself out. Big brother just made a mistake because he was worried," Xiaohu advised. I also felt the lesson was almost enough, so I chimed in. "Sir, you should calm down first. It's not convenient for you to exert force while sitting. Wait until your legs are cured. It'll be more convenient for you. Look at my big brother. He didn't make a sound just now. He's clearly not convinced. He still hasn't admitted his mistake. This child will be ruined if he's not beaten anymore." Hearing my words, Siha's jaw dropped in astonishment. He had undergone professional anti-torture training. Even if he were captured as a prisoner of war, he would absolutely not reveal any information. This iron-willed fortitude of his was being slandered by me as a sign of defiance. Xi Zhan tossed the belt aside, clutching his heart and panting. He looked at me and asked, "You said that little girl can cure my legs?" I nodded. "Let me introduce you. That is my third sister, Liu Xiaoshuan. The little medical skill I have was also learned from observing her." "All right then, that little girl, please come over and take a look for me," Xi Zhan said. Liu Xiaoshuan stepped forward and carefully took the old man's pulse again. Her initial confidence had been worn down by the recent incident. Before inserting each needle, she would glance at me as if for confirmation. I looked back twice, then decisively brought a stool over and started combing Liu Ruyan's hair myself. Liu Ruyan seemed to be in a very good mood. Sitting on the stool, her slender legs swayed gently in the air. Her head would also sometimes sway along uncontrollably. Seeing that I was ignoring her, Liu Xiaoshuan let out a soft sigh. She knew I was still angry now. It was just that for the sake of the bigger picture. I didn't shame her in front of outsiders, but just a moment ago, she had taken my face and dignity and trampled them on the ground. I must find a way to make it up to Xiao Hao later. In a few days, I'll make a trip home and ask Mom and Dad when exactly Xiao Hao learned medicine. I'll also find out what Xiao Hao actually likes. With each silver needle that was inserted, Xi Zhan felt a tingling sensation in his legs, and they quickly regained feeling. Seeing Liu Xiaoshuan remove the last silver needle and nod at him, he held onto the bed frame and slowly stood up. Seeing his father cured, Xiaohu was moved to the verge of tears. He quickly stepped forward to support him. Xi Zhan tremblingly picked up the belt that had just been set aside. He angrily scolded, "You little brat. The older you get, the thicker your skin becomes. How dare you remain defiant when I am teaching you a lesson?" After another round of tough love education, Xiaohu had learned his lesson now. Every time Xi Zhan swung the belt, he would let out a soft groan, as if he wanted to endure it, but really couldn't. Xi Zhan struck him twice, then felt a little heartbroken, so he threw the belt aside. "Sooner or later, this little brat is going to anger me to death," he snorted coldly. Xiaohu put on a fawning smile. "Dad, you have to live a long and healthy life. Don't say such unlucky things." Xiu Xing from her purse that she carried with her took out 2 checks. She looked at Long Aotian and thanked him. "Young miracle doctor, thank you for the trouble of coming with me from the First People's Hospital to the traditional Chinese medicine hospital. This is a small token of our appreciation. I hope you can accept it." Looking at the check for only 100,000 yuan, Long Aotian's eyebrows twitched slightly, then immediately returned to normal. "Sister Yu Xing, I didn't actually treat the old man. How could I accept your payment?" Xiu Xing had been observing Long Aotian's expression. Long Aotian's small action naturally did not escape her eyes. A trace of displeasure immediately arose in her heart, but she still smiled and said, I can't let you accompany me on a trip for nothing. Long Aotian wanted to say a few more words, to get closer to the Xia family, but Xiu Yixing didn't give him this chance. She turned and walked up to me. I heard them say, your name is Liu Hao. If you don't mind, I'll call you Xiao Hao. My big brother was indeed a bit hot-headed just now. I apologize to you on his behalf. Thank you for saving my father. This is 10 million. Please accept it. Xiu Yixing said sincerely. After speaking, she also observed my expression and demeanor. A smile immediately appeared on my face, as if the earlier displeasure had never happened. Oh, this is too much. Although my mouth said that, my body was very honest. I reached out and grabbed the 10 million. After taking the check, I even waved it in front of Liu Ruyan, and said with a proud look, I earned 10 million. Do you think I am cool? Liu Ruyan looked at me with an admiring expression, a sweet smile also appearing on her face. I seemed to remember something, and walked up to Xiu Yixing. I handed the 10 million check back. Auntie Yu Yixing, could you help me exchange this for 5 million checks? Xiu Yixing was stunned for a moment, but she still took out her checkbook, and wrote me 5 million checks. I took the checks, and stuffed one into Liu Ruyan's hand. I patted Liu Ruyan's head. Now you're a little rich lady too. Looking at my behavior, Xiu Yixing couldn't help but laugh. It's better for children to act like children. She glanced at Long Aotian. He was clearly the same age as Liu Hao, yet he called her sister, compared to Liu Hao naturally calling her auntie. Long Aotian seemed too worldly and mature. At this moment, Long Aotian was grinding his teeth in hatred. Originally, that 10 million, and the relationship with the Xia family were all his. He didn't expect a Qing Yaojin to pop out of nowhere. I had snatched it all away. I didn't pay any attention to these things. Looking at the check in my hand, I looked at Xia Zhan again, and said hesitantly, Sir, how about I take the shrapnel out of your chest for you? Otherwise, I won't feel at ease taking this money. When Xiu and Xiu Yixing heard this, their faces were filled with shock. Can you really help my father remove the shrapnel from his chest? The two of them said in unison. They knew that with their father's status, if it was said it couldn't be removed, it meant that all the great famous doctors in the country had seen it, and jointly concluded that it was impossible to remove. Si Zhan said in surprise, Kid, removing this shrapnel requires surgery. The old physicians of Huatuo Hall also chimed in to persuade me, while winking at me. Young master, this surgery is NT like acupuncture. Just a small mistake can kill someone. Saying you're self-taught in traditional Chinese medicine is one thing, but this surgery requires a lot of practical experience. Liu Xiaojuan pulled my shoulder, stood on her tiptoes, and whispered in my ear, being able to wake the old man from his coma has already made them the Liu family